Life is the most valuable thing we have. Some may not even realize it, but we all do our best to prolong this life we've been given. It is generally accepted that life is beautiful and should be preserved, and that no amount of money could ever be equivalent to it. People say we are the ones who determine our worth, or perhaps our actions, decisions, and our ambitions. In a literal sense, there is no definite way to figure out how much we're worth, since objectively speaking, all human life are equally valuable. Life is short, yet people often take time for granted, be it intentionally or not. It's as if time is something that never runs out. We usually never think of when we'll take our last breath. It's both unnerving and troubling to think about after all. So we usually disregard such ideas and focus on what's currently happening in the present times. It is indeed true that life is something that could never be replaced by anything, and that its worth is evidently precious. But what if a person has no ambitions? What if a person's decisions lead to a series of downhill events? Or what if a person accomplishes nothing over the years and is now in a hopeless situation? What would the worth of life be in that person's case? A story that tackles with the value of a person's lifespan. 3 Days of Happiness starts by introducing the main character of the story, Kusunoki, a person who has not accomplished anything throughout his life and is now in a difficult situation as he is unable to make ends meet. Being incapable to support his life, he resorts to selling most of his valuable things until he is left with nothing but himself and a little of what's left. Eventually, he finds out about a shop that buys lifespan in exchange for money. He was skeptical at first, but knowing how desperate his situation was, he decided to give it a try. He later found out that the value of his lifespan is way lower than what he expected. Only a measly 10,000 yen per year. Despite knowing how little it was worth, he only left 3 months of his lifespan and took whatever money he could get. The next day, an observer by the name of Miyagi arrived to watch over him. And with only 3 months left, and as the story progresses, development between the main character and the observer are growing, unraveling their past, making the most out of the remaining time, knowing each other better, as well as being vocal about their regrets in life. It is then later revealed that Miyagi was working in the lifespan store to pay off her mother's debt, and that she cannot leave her job until it's paid off. Kusunoki, finally having a higher value after spending time with Miyagi, he then decided to pay off all her debt by selling all except 3 days of his lifespan, so that Miyagi could live a normal life. In the end, Miyagi sold all but 3 days of her lifespan as well, so that the both of them could spend their last days together. It was their 3 days of happiness. It depicts a perspective about life and time in a literal and a figurative sense, and it does it wonderfully in a form of a story that is both interesting and engaging. It shows the development between the characters in such a distinct way, and the fact that it's only 19 chapters makes it more worthwhile to read. Not only is it a good source of entertainment, it could also serve as a lesson for the readers to apply to their lives. The story presents itself in a straightforward and fast-paced manner. However, the message it entails, such as having hope amidst despair, and valuing every bit of our existence becomes unprecedentedly apparent. Time only moves forward, and life is short. Living a life without regrets is something that everyone should be able to achieve before our inevitable passing.